it is officially 2022 and I am still decluttering eyeshadow palettes. That is some good cider. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. Welcome 2022. Welcome to my eyeshadow declutter part 2. If you missed part 1, I will link it down below. In part 1, I spoke about how many palettes I have, how many I want to get rid of. I also spoke about how someone like me, someone who's not a professional YouTuber, accumulates so many palettes, exactly how that happens, and what I'll be doing with them all. If you are interested in that, like I said, I will link it down below. But for now, let's get back into it. I had 159 palettes total. So far, I have decluttered 31. Let's do it. That cider really is good. I don't know why I only drink it at New Year's, but I do. I have that one, I have the apple, and I have the grape. This is the apple. It really, really is good. Anyway, guys, just a little update. I know that I said I decluttered 31 palettes. We're actually going to make it 32. I am going to be getting rid of this Baroque palette. I dipped back into my declutter box, and it's beautiful. It really is. But the truth is, I never ever reach for it, and I'm probably not going to start. And the whole point is that I want to really get rid of things that I don't use. So I will be selling this one as well. I definitely haven't used it. I'm not sure if I've used it at all, but I definitely haven't used it a lot. So I will be selling this one. So now we have decluttered 32 and kept 26. So we're starting from there. Okay, and before we get started with the D's, I want to show you, I do have this one palette from 100% Pure. This is the Pretty Fruit Pigmented Pretty Naked palette. Now, 100% Pure is a company, a brand you may not be all that familiar with. They make fruit pigmented makeup, which I think is so, so cool, and I absolutely love them. They also do skincare. If that is something that interests you, I would definitely check their website out. I also have a video trying on a bunch of 100% Pure products. I discovered this company when I found out I had a nickel allergy, and they were a lifesaver. They really were. They make, like I said, they make a lot of fruit pigmented makeup. And this is one of their eyeshadows. Ooh, there I am. This is one of their eyeshadow palettes. Now, they have a few of these palettes, and they all look something like this, where they have a highlighter, they have a blush, and then they have 3 eyeshadows. I have said it before, I will say it again, I love their makeup. I love 100% Pure's makeup, but I'm just not a fan of their palettes. The pigment, in my opinion, is not very good. Now, I will tell you, that is my opinion. Most people love these palettes. They have nothing but rave reviews on their website, and they tend to sell out very fast. A lot of times you'll try to get them, they're out of stock. So this is just my opinion. A lot of people love this formula. This is not a very used palette. Like I said, it also has a highlighter and a blush. I don't think the highlighter and blush in these palettes are very good either. I tend to think they are better buying them as singles. I don't know why that is. I'm just not a fan of this palette. I'm just being totally honest with you. I am going to put it on Mercari because to each his own. There are a lot of people who love these palettes. I am not one of them, so I am getting rid of it. Okay, I have 2 D palettes. The first one is by Dominique Cosmetics. This is the only palette I have from this brand, although I was very, very tempted to purchase the Latte palettes. I think it was the Latte 2. I really wanted that palette. I ended up never getting it. This is the Berries and Cream. Is that what it's called? Berries and Cream palette. It's beautiful. It really, really is if you're into berries. I was gonna say berries and cream. It's got like pink shades. It's got neutral shades. There's a lot that you could do with this palette. I think I used it once, and I think I did think the formula was nice. I don't remember having I didn't use it enough to see if I would have a reaction to it, to be honest with you. I think I tried it once, and that was it. So I am definitely going to be selling this one. And then finally, for the D palettes, this is the newest palette in my collection. This is the Dior palette. This is in cool neutrals. And I am keeping this one. Like I said, this is my newest palette. I have yet to try it, and I am actually going to be doing a video of makeup that I have like been waiting for whatever reason. I waited forever to try it. Was it worth it? And this is definitely going to go in that video. I wanted this palette for a while. Every time I tried to get it, it was sold out. Finally, I put my name on the list at Sephora. They did restock it. They did send me an email. And when I went to purchase it, they already had a thing that said only a few left. So I was able to get my hands on it. I've heard mixed things, to be honest with you. Usually I'm disappointed in Dior products. I will tell you up front, usually I am very disappointed in Dior products, but we'll give it a fair chance. We will see. So I will be doing that video probably sometime this month. I'm going to probably be uploading just a little less than I normally do, just because everything that's going on, and there's just so much going on right now. But eventually, like I said, probably this month sometime, I will be uploading that video. And who knows, I say that all the time, that I'm going to upload less, and I never do. Anyway, so we decluttered 2 there, and I kept 1. So now we are at 34 declutter and 27 keep, and we are up to the letter E. Okay guys, I have 5 e.l.f. palettes. I have 3 of these like bigger ones, and then I have 2 of these mini ones. I can tell you I am keeping 1, and that is this one. This is the Earth and Ocean. This is my absolute favorite palette. I was so pleasantly surprised at this palette. It's just so gorgeous, and it doesn't look like much, to be honest with you. In fact, I almost got rid of it not long after I bought it, but it just performs so well. There's like kind of like somewhat unique colors in here. Like I would say, look at that shimmer. This is probably one of e.l.f.'s better formulas in this palette, and it's so beautiful. I love to break this one out during the fall. I love it, so I am keeping this one. I haven't used it in a while because I have so many palettes, so hopefully after this declutter I'll be using some more of my favorite ones. Like I said, I love this palette, and I think this is probably one of e.l.f.'s better ones. Okay, so then we have one of these like mini palettes. Everybody went crazy for these. These were the $3 palettes, and what the hell were these called? These had a name. The bite size, and this one is truffles. So I had originally purchased a bunch of these, and I did think that they were very good. I remember I had the rose, I think it was the rose water. I think there's one that's called cream and sugar. The jalapeno one, I had the blue one, and I thought they're really lovely, but I can't wear these. They do give me a bad reaction. Again, that's just because I have an allergy to iron oxides. It's nothing against this formula. This shimmer, this one is, the black is kind of like a matte glitter. Then you have 2 mattes, and this one, this shade, this shimmer shade, what is it? Does it say, does it have shade names? I don't know if I don't think they have shade names. But this shade, whatever it is one of the most, I'm not going to swatch it because I am going to be giving it away or putting it on Mercari. But what I might do is like, I'll tell you in a second what I think I'm going to do. But this shade is one of the most beautiful, unique shades, I'm telling you, for the price. For like not even for the price, just in general. It's absolutely gorgeous shimmer. This is the clay eyeshadow palette. I don't okay, obviously this is not used. Holy cow, Kimmie, what is wrong with you? I don't know, why do I buy so? I don't even take the paper off it. Is anybody else like this? Sorry, I needed some cider after that. Okay. So obviously I will be selling this. I don't even remember exactly when these came out, but I'm sorry, my tiny little tripod keeps going in the mirror. I don't remember exactly when these came out, but I mean, there are like 4 shades, and what those things say, I know the camera's out of focus, but it says like base, lid, crease line, highlight. It's kind of like telling you where to put them. So this is, I don't even know what the hell this one is, but this is the clay eyeshadow palette. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell the 2 of these also. This is Opposites Attract. This is Opposites Attract because it's like cool tones and warm tones, and it's nice. I've used it, I think once. I think I've used this once. I did put it in my Halloween video, my fall palette, not my Halloween, my fall palette video, because I felt like this side of the palette was nice for Halloween, like the purple, the green, the blue, the gray. A lot of times you have color stories that come out like that around Halloween. So I just thought this was nice, and I thought it was kind of a good idea. I haven't seen brands do this, like make half and half, right? Half cool tones, half warm tones. I think that's kind of a cool idea. This is the new Classics. This is the, this is just a nude palette by e.l.f. I've never used it, but it looks really nice. Yeah, it's just a regular nude palette. So if you like e.l.f., you like the formula, you might really like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both of these on Mercari, but then I'm going to throw I'll throw one with this one, and I'll throw like one with that one, because to sell these two by themselves, I don't think that would work out too well. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm decluttering 4 of those, and I am just keeping Earth and Ocean. And then we move on to F. I have 2 palettes. I have one by Flower Beauty, and then I have that Fenty Beauty palette. Let's start with Flower Beauty. I will say it. This one has this sticker on it. I got it at CVS. CVS, I'm telling you, they put those stupid, not just CVS, the drugstores, they put those stickers on, and they're impossible to get off. I'm trying to open this one up. Give me a second. All right. This is from Flower Beauty. I believe these had a name, Petal Play. The only reason I purchased this is because Geek Out of Water, I like to watch her. Shelly, I like to watch her channel. She does a lot of foundation reviews for dry skin. And so sometimes I watch her to see if it works for dry skin. If the foundation does work for dry skin, usually I can use it. But she was recommending these. She was loving these. And honestly, I don't think they're good. I honestly think they're kind of terrible. This is in Shadow Quad. I don't know. Does this thing have a name? I feel like Black Iris. I was going to say, I thought it was Black Orchid. It's Black Iris, and it's just horrible. Formula is absolutely terrible. Let me see if I can swatch. Well, it doesn't swatch bad, but it kind of does swatch bad, actually. You can kind of tell. It's not very good. I'm just getting rid of this one. I'm tossing this one. I'm not giving it to anyone. I am not, in my opinion, it's not very good. And I will go one step further. I don't like Flower Beauty. For the most part. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't like it. I very rarely do their products work for me. And these things I really didn't like. I will never use this again. Okay, talking about things I really didn't like, we have the Fenty Beauty. Oh, e.l.f. is coming back. e.l.f. is sliding back in. Get out of here, e.l.f. Your time is up. Okay, Fenty Beauty, I have 1 palette. This, of course, is the Bomb Posse. Now, I did do a video around Halloween with this called The Scariest Makeup. And at the time, this was the lowest rating palette on Sephora, so I chose it to be in the scary makeup video. The problem with this palette, and I am going to keep it, and the only reason I'm going to keep it is because, guys, what am I going to do with it? I'm not going to sell it, okay? I'm not going to sell it because it's not good. It's just not good. And it's not just me that thinks it. Most people, if you look at the reviews of it, or if you read reviews of it, most people don't like it. And I feel like I can't put a palette up for sale and say this palette is not good and it has no pigment. Pay me money for it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm probably just going to keep it. I don't hate this palette because I don't, with my allergies, sometimes these palettes are very comfortable for me to wear, and by that I mean they have no color, or not a lot of color, and this palette definitely falls into that. It has, it swatches even terrible. Do you see that swatch? What's it called? It's separated into quads, if you will. Hot chocolate. This one I think is hot chocolate, fussy, and then the middle is Fenty Glow, and they're named after the gloss bombs. So the idea was good. Packaging is cute. The back of it, you can attach other palettes. I don't know why you would want to do that, but all of Fenty kind of makes their packaging like that. But and the color story is beautiful. This thing was $49 though. And it really, really does not perform well. It doesn't perform well. The mattes are okay. They're just okay. You have to really build them. The shimmers are horrible. When I say horrible, they don't shimmer. They're shimmers that don't shimmer. So the only reason I'm keeping it, like I said, I don't know what I would do. I can kind of make it work. I can pile it. If you really pile it on. You can get some looks from it, but for $49, you shouldn't have to pile it on. I really don't know what else I would do with it because it's not something I would give to someone and it's definitely not something I would sell. So I will just by process of elimination, just keep it and try to make it work. Okay, bring on the G's. We have Glam Light and Give Me Glow. We'll start with Glam Light. I have two palettes. I have the Ice Cream Dream. Is that what this is called? Yeah, the Ice Cream Dream. This palette is beautiful. Let me bring you up. I don't know. My tripod keeps falling. All right, here we go. Okay. This palette is also kind of big though. This palette is so cute. Look, do you see the sprinkles? The sprinkles move. You looking for something to do? Couple minutes of enjoyment right there. Life is what you make it, let me tell you. When this palette came, the Glam Light packaging is very often off the charts. What Glam Light usually does, like, you know when you see like crazy PR packaging, if you're watching a YouTuber, they'll show you like their PR packaging. Glam Light kind of sends that to everybody, which is nice. But when this thing came, it came in this like ridiculously huge like ice cream truck box. It was so big. It's so crazy. And it was just too much. So this is what the inside looks like. It is absolutely beautiful. It really is. I'm going to be giving this one away. I am getting rid of it. I would sell it again. I have used it a little too much to sell it. I used it a little too much to sell it, so I'm not going to sell it, but I am going to give it to someone that I know who I think will like it. It is a really, really beautiful palette. It's a gorgeous pastel palette. I don't use it. I don't reach for it. And I think somebody else would like it more, so it's going. I actually did a blog about it, I think. My memory serves me right. My other one is staying. This is the Chocolate Martini. I also have a video on this one. This one is so beautiful. The packaging on this one was absolutely off the charts. I kept it. It came in a bottle. It came in like a martini bottle. It is so cute. I do have it displayed in my room. I will not be getting rid of it, and I will not be getting rid of this palette. I think the formula is so good. These are my colors. I love to use these colors. It's a neutral palette, but it's also got this beautiful shade, Happy Hour. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. I mean, come on. For reals? It's so pretty. It's just beautiful. Definitely keeping. So 1 and 1. We're getting rid of 1. We're keeping 1. And moving on to Give Me Glow. I have 3 and I'm getting rid of 1. So I am keeping 2. Yeah. I have to keep this one. This would be like, I cannot not keep it. I waited so long to get this palette. Every time I tried to get it, it was out of stock. And then finally, I was able to get my hands on it. So this is the Christmas Morning palette. It is everything I thought it would be. It's so pretty. I mean, Santa's sleigh. Like, yeah, that just happened. I mean, if you want shimmers, this palette is like, it's almost too much. It's almost too much shimmer. Like, this is not an everyday thing. This really is something special. This duochrome green is crazy. This isn't something that you would wear every day. This is definitely a special like holiday palette, exactly what it is supposed to be. I mean, it is just too much. It's almost too much. It is gorgeous. I am keeping it. The other one I am keeping, and a lot of people, I'm reaching for a makeup wipe, guys, sorry. I mean, look at my hands from swatching that palette. Crazy. The other one I am keeping is the Sticky Buns. I think it's called Sticky Buns. Is it Sticky Buns, Honey Buns, something like that? A lot of people, when I first bought this palette, I never even had heard of it. And oh, Sweet and Sticky, this one. I'd never even heard of it. Wait, let me give it a look. I remember using it and really liking it. Let me see. Oh, it's so pretty. Isn't it nice? It's so gorgeous. But, oh, am I really going to wear it? Probably not. It is really beautiful, but I kept like that yellow shade, although You know what? Maybe I will keep this one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to declutter the, I'm going to declutter Little Miss Sunshine because it's similar. Like the colors that I would wear are a little bit similar. And then this one has the shimmers. I do really like this one. I tried this one when I did my Becca video, my Goodbye Becca video. Yeah. All right. So you know what? We're going to switch it out. So this is not going to change the tally. I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to keep this one. So that changes nothing. And then I am definitely getting rid of this one. This is the Vivid Rose. I just didn't care for this. Now, again, that's my opinion. A lot of people really, really like this palette. I only used it once. Did I use it? I think I only used it once, and then I meant to use it again, and I never did. I was going to give it like another chance. I just didn't like it. I don't like the formula. It's beautiful. Color story is beautiful. Packaging is beautiful, but I don't like the color story, so I'm going to put it on Mercari. I don't like the formula. And some people do. That's just my opinion. So yes, I am going to put this one on Mercari. Next up, we have Huda Beauty. I have 3 Huda palettes. I have the Desert Dusk palette. I have the Mercury Retrograde palette. And I have the Rose Quartz palette. Oh, God, here's something that's a little sad. Rose Quartz, I think, is absolutely beautiful. It was my 3rd favorite palette of the year. It is so gorgeous. I mean, it just doesn't get more gorgeous than this in a palette. And it performs so well. It is so beautiful. It's like perfect. And it gives me a bad reaction. And I'm not really surprised because it's the same kind of formula that is in Mercury Retrograde. And this one also gave me a bad reaction. This is another gorgeous palette. These are 2 of the most beautiful palettes, honestly, I think I have ever seen. The formula is impeccable. It's so good. The shimmers are incredible. The mattes are incredible. These are 2 really gorgeous, gorgeous palettes. Unfortunately, like I said, I cannot use them because of my nickel allergy. So not only is that bad, but I've used them a little. This one I used like a week. Constantly, and it didn't give me any problem. I even shot my video. When I shot my video, I hadn't had any issues with it, and then all of a sudden it just came up out of nowhere. So because of that, I cannot sell them because I have used them too much. But I'm going to give them both to someone who I know is going to love them, so they're both gone. Desert Dusk I never used. I will be putting this one up on Mercari. It has a nice color story, but I am not even interested in it, to be honest with you. This looks like it's like coming apart, but I never used it. I think that's just the way it is. That one looks like pure glitter. Yeah, I have never, it looks like I might have swatched it, but I know I never used it. The color story is nice. It's decent. I'm going to sell this one because, like I said, I never used it. The other 2 I am going to give away, but I am decluttering all 3. Okay, next up is the J's, and that means it is time for Juvia's Place. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you know what? I am going to declutter some of them, guys. There was a time when I thought I would never declutter my Juvia's Place palettes, but I just have too much makeup. That's the long and short of it. I think Juvia's Place is one of the most beautiful brands for eyeshadow that there is. It's up there with BH Cosmetics. They have to be like, I don't know. The formula is so good. Price point is so good. But I just don't reach for them because I just have too much makeup. So some of them are, this one is the exception. We'll start with this one. This is an easy one. This is I Love Ice. This was the holiday palette. One of the holiday collections that they came out with this year. It's aesthetically pleasing. It really is. It kind of looks like Frozen. And I was going to do a video with this palette. I was going to do like a Frozen look and use this palette. I had never tried it before. I didn't think it would be a big deal because Juvia's Place palettes always work out so well. But you know what? This one really didn't. It's just not good. Like, do you see that? That doesn't look bad. But honestly, like this palette didn't perform the way Juvia's Place normally performs. So this one is going. This one I am sure I'm keeping. This is like the opposite. This one is fairly new. Came out this year. It's beautiful, like pink. I would never put pink and orange together. It's such a unique color story, but it really, really works well together. Every time I wear this, I get so many compliments. So I am definitely keeping this one. This one, oh God, I use this all the time. Most people hate this palette. This is the Juvia's Place, the Taupes by Juvia's Place. They came out with this. There was a bunch of them. There was like the pinks, the violets, the chocolates, the taupes, the nudes. I don't know if I'm forgetting any. And nobody liked this one. I think the reason is because most people are used to Juvia's Place palettes being very pigmented. And this one really wasn't. But I honestly really liked this one. But I do feel like I have gotten my use out of it. I am going to part ways with it. I just feel like I've used it and not as much as I'm going to use it. We'll get to that one in a second. This is the Warrior by Juvia's Place. I have this one on today, and I am not ready to let it go. It's so pretty. It really is. This palette is so special. It's just a beautiful, gorgeous, warm tone palette. So I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to keep this one, and that's it. This one I am going to put on Mercari, maybe with this one. This one I am just going to declutter. Oh, sorry guys, my tripod is not behaving today. I don't know why. All right, this is the Magic Minis. This palette is so beautiful, but I've also gotten kind of my use out of it. It's not what it used to be. This was probably one of the first palettes I bought, and I think it's really special. I would recommend, and it's still available, and I would recommend it to anyone. I had put this one in my holiday palette video because it's drugstore price and it's so beautiful for the holidays. You get so many colors. It's just really lovely, but I have used it, or I'm going to use it, so I am decluttering it. This is very new. This is probably my newest Juvia's Place palette. I wanted this one. Did I just shout? I'm sorry. I wanted this one for a really, really long time, and I do really like it, but I like it for these colors, these kind of fall colors, and I have that in my the sticky buns, sweet and sticky, not sticky buns, sweet and sticky. I have it in that palette, and I kind of like that palette just a little bit better, right? Yeah. I'm going to keep this one. I like this one just a little better, so I'm going to put this one on Mercari because this one is very, very new and very, very lightly used. I think I used it once, and I also used this one like once. I got this in the mystery box. This is I got a lively Saharan. I got this in the Juvia's Place mystery box, which I thought was really nice. Usually I hate mystery boxes, but I decided to buy one from Juvia's Place. I also just recently got one from Nabla, so I'll be doing a video on that. I have no idea what's in it. Nabla, I love Nabla. They're one of my favorite brands. So I'm going to put these two together. I'm going to put this one on Mercari and then just put this one with it, because since it was in a mystery box. I mean, I did pay for it. I paid for the mystery box, but I don't know how much. So I'm just going to put this one and just put this one with it. I think that's the best way to do it. So these will both be for sale. And these three I am just getting rid of. So I am keeping 2. I am decluttering 5. So that's pretty good. And then the last palette that I have with Jay is my Jeffree Star, what is this thing? Cremated. Cremated? Is that what it's called? I guess it's called Cremated. Jeffree's blah, 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 blah. Okay. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay. I know there's a lot of I know I got palettes all over the place. I know there's a lot of controversy on this brand. I do know that. Do I know what it's about? I'll be completely honest with you. Not really. This is what it looks like on the inside. Now, when I bought this, this has to be one of the first or the second palette that I ever bought in my life. since I started like really collecting palettes. This was probably the first. I remember I was on Beautylish, and I was on Beautylish looking for good molecules because Mel Thompson was talking about it, and I just came across this palette. I knew nothing about the brand. I really bought it for the color story. I think the color story is so unique, and I don't know, I always gravitate towards these cool tones. You can tell it's lived in because for a while this is the only palette like I use. Like the formula is really, really, really nice. I know, are you guys still there? I'm sorry. That was not the tripod's fault. That was my fault. I knocked over the camera. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So this was probably the first palette I think I bought after I got into makeup, and that's why it's so used. It's had embeddings in a lot of the shades, but they're kind of all gone, and they were all about like being cremated. It's kind of a morbid palette. There's a shade that's called Goodbye, but it performs really well, and I do like it, so I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to keep that one, and let's see where we are. Okay, so we are up to the K's, and that means we are up to Kaleidos and Kylie, and I have one KVD somewhere. Oh, it's on the bottom of Kaleidos. Okay. Here we go. There's my Kaleidos palettes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So, what were these called again? These palettes are what? What are these called? The Futurism. Okay, so there were how many of these? There were like 6 of these, I think. There was a pastel, a fluorescent one. There was the brown one, the pink one, the green one, the turquoise one. Am I missing any? I'm not sure, but I only had this one. These 2 came out later. This was one of the originals. This is the turquoise. No, this is the bronze. This is the bronze palette. I kept this because there's no shade names. So I actually did keep this, and I am going to keep this one palette. The other 3 I will declutter. So this is the bronze one. There's something about this I really, really like. I never really used it too much because I had so much other makeup. I love the packaging. I think the packaging is so beautiful. So I'm going to keep that one, and then the other 3 I am going to declutter. This is the Futurism Sashimi City. This came out later. This wasn't one of the originals. This is like the neutral one, and you would think this would be like my favorite. I do have the thing. It's just stuck to the mirror. You would think this one would be my favorite, but it's actually not. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I don't think this like second round, this one and the lavender one, they're aesthetically pleasing. They're absolutely beautiful, but I don't think they were as good as the first ones. There's this one, and I have the lavender, lunar lavender. So, I mean, they're pretty. They are. I think someone might really, really like them, so I'm going to sell them. Maybe I'll sell them. I'll probably sell them apart. So, what the heck? Why is it? Oh, because I have the thing here. Okay, so these 2 are going to be going up on Mercari, and also this one. This is the Escape Pod, and I have never, ever used this. I still have the box. This is what it looks like. It's very bulky, just so you know. It has very, very bulky packaging. This is the inside. Let's see if I can open it. Okay, there it is. It's very pretty. It's very, very pretty color story. It reminds me a little bit of the Glam Light Ice Cream palette. A little bit. But yeah, this is the, what is it called again? The Escape Pod. So I remember when this came out, it was like huge. Because this, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was like the first palette that they did. Like the first larger palette that they did. Up until then, they'd only done the Futurism palette. So this is going to go, I'm selling this one for sure. So I am keeping one. I am decluttering. Oops. I am decluttering 4. No, I only have 4. I'm keeping 1. I'm decluttering 3. Okay, next up is KVD. This is the only palette that I have from KVD. This was their holiday release, I think like 2 years ago. So the thing with KVD is everything is supposed to be like recyclable, which is why this looks like this. Like they don't have like shade, like they do have shades, but they don't have like pans. They just kind of all go together. I really enjoyed this palette. This palette did not get a lot of love. Most people hated this palette. I remember I actually liked the packaging. I actually liked the palette. I had no problems with it. I really didn't. So I am going to keep it because I don't even think I wouldn't sell it because I've used it. The packaging is a little dirty, but I like it. I still use it, so I'm gonna keep it. I don't think anybody else would want it, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay, my other 3 palettes are from Kylie Cosmetics. Oh God, I remember when I first got into makeup, Kylie Cosmetics was like everything. Do you guys remember that? Like, if she dropped something, it was so hard to get. Like, the second she dropped something, it would sell out. Like, you had to be waiting for it. That is not the case anymore. This is A Nightmare on Elm Street. This palette came out this past Halloween, and I did try it. I have a video on this during my 31 days in the attic. And I know I said that I would rather deal with Freddy Krueger than this palette. This palette, to me, had a lot of issues. The packaging is really, really stunning. I thought the packaging was amazing. But the formula is just okay. I did see Teresa is Dead talk about this palette. She didn't particularly like it either, but she said that she got a lot of nice looks out of it. I really didn't use it. I used it that once. I didn't care for it. The glitter shade is horrible, I'm telling you. But the other thing that's wrong with it, it's so neutral. Like for a Halloween Freddy Krueger palette, I felt it was way too neutral. And like I said, I know a lot of these brands, they try to put neutrals in their palettes so that you can use them all the time, every day. But to be honest with you, when you're buying a Freddy Krueger palette, you're probably not all that interested if it's a neutral, how many neutrals are in it. I don't know. That was my opinion. Anyway, I'll put this one on Mercari because I barely used it. And I think somebody might like it, especially if you are into like Halloween and Halloween palettes, then you might love it. You might love it. Okay. These 2 I'm just getting rid of. These were horrible. These were not from even this year. These were from the year before. I think they came together, and I think they were a Kylie exclusive. I think they were an Ulta exclusive. This one is Angel. I don't even know if these palettes have names, to be honest with you, but this was like the mauve one. And like I said, they came out at Christmas. So there was like a mauve, and then there was a nude. And neither one of them were very good, so I'm just getting rid of them. All right, guys, we are up to the letter L, and I only have Lorac. I think that is my only. Can you believe I have notes? This is this is a lot. Yeah. Oh no, I have one other one. I have a Lime Crime palette. Hold on. Okay, I am up to the L's. This is my only Lime Crime palette. This is the Venus XL2. I have yet to try this palette, and I really, really do want to try this palette, so I am going to be keeping it. It just looks like such a cool color story. Like, I love cool tones. I really, really love cool tones, so I think I'm going to like this. But we'll see. We'll see if I can use it. Gorgeous. Gorgeous packaging. I am putting that in the keep pile. Okay. Next up, I have Lorac. I have this little tiny baby palette, which I think I got from Macy's. I think they just kind of sent it to me for free because I had placed an order and it was like a free gift or something. It's Party Ready palette. The packaging is so cute. You see that? It's like glittering and it's cute. It's a cute little palette. I definitely don't need it. And then this one is the Nora palette. This is fairly new. I purchased this one, I think it was during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. It was one of those things I bought that I definitely did not need, which is, of course, what Ulta 21 Days of Beauty is all about, in my opinion. They always get you. They put the pressure on to buy something because you only have that one day to buy it. I don't know. I don't care for that sale that much. And they got me because I definitely don't need this palette. So I'm going to put them both on Mercari. I'm going to put this one on Mercari. And then I'll just send this one to whoever buys this one. Because this one was something they just sent me. I didn't actually buy this. So I'll put this one and I'll throw this one in with it. So does that count as 2? Does that count as me getting rid of 2? Okay, so that's all I have for L. Next, we're going to tackle M. I have quite a bit. We're going to start with Melt Cosmetics. I have 2 from Melt Cosmetics. I am keeping 1, and I am decluttering 1. You want to guess which one I'm decluttering and which one I am keeping? Of course, I am keeping my Gemini palette. I love this palette. I love the packaging. I love the color story. If I could open it. What is wrong with me today? Okay. I love the color story. I love everything about it. I really do. It's so, so pretty. I love that green. I love the neutrals. I just love this palette. I am keeping this one. This one, however, oh God, I just don't like it. This is the Mary Jane palette. Does anybody else ever get stuck trying to buy something from Melt Cosmetics and you don't know the frickin' password? Has that ever happened to anyone else? I absolutely hate when Melt does that. Whenever they launch something, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to do it. Whenever they launched something, they would have a password. And like, you know, you normally just go to a website and buy something. But if they happen to be launching that night, no matter what, like let's say you weren't even interested in the launch. Because that's what happened to me. They were launching Beetlejuice. And I wasn't even interested in the collection. I wanted something else. I don't remember what the hell. Maybe I wanted to look at something. I don't remember exactly. And I went on the website and I couldn't get on the website because when they do a launch, they give a password and you have to know the password. And I think it's just a way for them to get you like on their list. Like, because if you are on their mailing list, then you get the password. And I think it's kind of stupid. And then finally I found someone. I don't know where I went. I think I probably went to Twitter or whatever. And they were like, yeah, it's draw a door. So I was able to get in, but I think this is so stupid. Does anybody else? That drive anybody else crazy. Anyway, this is the Mary Jane palette. There it is. The mattes are very, very good. The shimmers are terrible. If you like mattes, you might really like this palette. You might really enjoy it. If you are into shimmers, trust me, this is not the one for you. They absolutely perform horrible. But like I said, if you like mattes, you might like this. I think I used it once. I love shimmers, so I knew this was not for me. So this one is going on Mercari. Packaging is beautiful. Oh, I'm getting so sick of talking. I never thought that would happen to me. All right, guys. I have to finish this. I cannot take this another, we have to get through it. I cannot make another video on this. Okay. I don't even know how to say this brand. I got it at the drugstore. I pulled it out of the clearance rack because I needed it so badly. A Spell on You, Moira, is that how you say it? And Never Ending Lights. These palettes are very cute. Yes, they have the plastic. Yes, they have the plastic on them because I never, ever, ever used them. I don't even know how much I paid for them. I have no idea how much they are worth. I know somebody who has like, who might really like these. To me, these, I don't know. Maybe I can do some research. They're definitely never used. I'll either put them on Mercari or I will just give them to someone. They're cute. There's too much packaging though. You look at it, there's like way too much packaging. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a butterfly, but still. Let me show you the other one. This is A Spell on You. I cannot speak to the performance or the formula or anything like that because I never use them. But I think I like this one better than of the two. I kind of like these shades right here. But whatever. I will declutter them both. And then what else? Oh, guys, here comes Makeup Revolution. If you hate someone... No, I'm kidding. I was going to say something so mean. I'm not going to say it. I have 3 palettes from Makeup Revolution. They are all gone. This palette is the worst palette I used this year. This is Makeup Revolution Batman palette. They came out with a bunch of DC comic palettes. This was the only one that I purchased. One was enough. I have a video on this one. It's just awful. The color story is really, really nice. The packaging is beautiful. Packaging is really nice. The formula is atrocious. It is the most powdery, dry, non-pigmented formula you will ever use. My opinion, I just don't like Makeup Revolution palettes. I said it a bunch of times. I don't know how they compete with like BH Cosmetics and ColourPop and Juvia's Place because they're all in the same price point. This is the Makeup Revolution Corpse Bride palette. Packaging was cute. It's in the shape of a butterfly, but it is cheap feeling. I'm sorry, it's cheap feeling. The shimmers on this were okay. The mattes were terrible. And yeah, goodbye. I'm probably gonna, I don't know. If I can find somebody who likes makeup, this one is gone. This one is horrible. I'm just tossing that one out. I wouldn't give that one to anyone. If I can find somebody who's into the Corpse Bride, they might like this just for nostalgia, but I don't think it's a very good palette. But for me, it's gone. This one is Earth and Stone by Revolution Pro. Is that the same as Makeup Revolution? This palette is actually quite beautiful. I will tell you, I got this so long ago from Ulta. I actually purchased this palette before I was even into makeup. For some reason, it just caught me, and I mean, it was that. This shade used to be like off the charts, beautiful. It's still good. It's still good. This palette is old. This palette is old, and I think I picked it up for $5 at Ulta long before I was into makeup. I was probably there for something for hair. But it's going because it's so old, and I don't use this anymore. I don't know if I ever used it, but I think it was very good. This one had at least a very nice formula. It's just old. The other two were just atrocious. Okay, Makeup Maniacs. This is a brand that I truly feel does not get talked about enough. This is such a cute Halloween palette. This is called Boothang by Makeup Maniacs. I used this in a video, and I think it's really, really beautiful. If you're like into Halloween, if you collect Halloween stuff, I think it's gorgeous. The highlighters on this were so nice. And even the formula of the actual eyeshadows were beautiful. There was a little too much purple in this. Like, these two shades are a little close. But I think that was my only real complaint here. I use this one. I do like this. Do I want to get rid? If I kept this, it would just kind of be like because I'm into Halloween. You know what? I'm into Halloween. I love Halloween. I love that. I love this packaging. I think I'm going to keep this palette. I've been doing good. Makeup Maniacs. This was their Sweater Weather palette. I've worn this too much to do anything with it, but keep it. But if you are into shimmers, yeah, you'll like this. They have some really, really lovely shimmers. I don't think this one is available anymore, but if you go on the Makeup Maniacs site, they have stuff like this. And they seem to do like different ones for the holidays. Like, they had some Christmas ones that were really, really nice. So yeah, I'm still wondering about this Boothang thing. Oh, God. If I kept this, it would just be for packaging. You know what? I keep things for packaging all the time. I'm keeping it. Whatever. So I'm not done with M's. We still have to go through Morphe. I'll be right back. Okay, Morphe. I have 4 Morphe palettes. And I am keeping 2. I am decluttering 2. I am decluttering this one. This is the Icy Fantasy. I do like this palette. I do. I have the thing. I do like this palette. I think it's really, really beautiful, but I just don't reach for it. And I used it a few times because the shades that I did use didn't give me any kind of nickel reaction, any kind of allergic reaction. I will tell you very honestly, all of these shades, no matter what they look like, they are all going to give you a wash of color, nothing more, nothing less. These are all wash of color shades. If that appeals to you, you might really like this. But it's not that I don't like it. I do like it, but I just have too much. Like, a lot of palettes just fall into that category for me. I just have too much. So I am going to be getting rid of that one. And then this one. Which one is this one? Artistry palette. Which one is this one? I have one that's fall. It's like a really old one. It's this one. I am keeping this one. I love this palette. This is the Fall into Fall. They came out with something similar this year. It wasn't exactly the same, but it was very similar. But I am keeping this one. This one's not available anymore. It's relatively old. This one I am decluttering. This is the Everyday Chic Artistry palette. This one I think is freaking beautiful. I remember when this one first came out, I knew that I wanted it like right away. I knew I wanted it right away. I thought it was so pretty. Unfortunately, it did give me an allergic reaction. So Iron oxides, it has to have a lot of iron oxides in it. I just can't use it for that reason. So for that reason, I am decluttering it. I used it a few times. I did, maybe once or twice. Every shade that I used, I didn't use all the shades. I kind of went shade by shade, and every shade that I picked up did give me an allergic reaction. I would say, and I don't know which ones they are, but like this palette is huge, and I would say I used maybe 3 or 4 shades. So this palette is basically not used, but the problem is I do not have the thing with the shade names. Because Morphe palettes, they don't have shade names. They all have like these papers with shade names, and I don't have that to go with that. So I'll definitely take that into consideration when I sell it. If you absolutely need to know the shade names, then you're probably not going to want to buy that. Okay, and then finally I have the Morphe Pony Constellation Sky palette. This is a collab. I can't wait to try this. I just got this. This is fairly new. This is my second newest palette, with the Dior being my newest palette. This I don't need. I don't think. I will keep it in case it doesn't work for me and I do decide to sell it. But as for now, yeah, I'm going to keep it. I like it. I've never used it. It's new, and I think I am going to do a video on it. It says that there's highlighters, blushes. It doesn't say what's what. I'm going to assume that the bigger pans are the highlighters and the blushes. I have no idea. But this palette is big. That's the one thing about Morphe. Their palettes are a little too big, but whatever. Yeah, so I also bought the lipsticks. There were 3 lipsticks in this collection. So I'm going to do a video on that. I'll review it. And yes, I think we are finally done with the M's. Sorry guys, I forgot about Milani. How could I forget about Milani? I have 2 palettes from Milani. The first one is from their Halloween collection 2 years ago. Not this year. It doesn't look much like Halloween. It kind of looks like spring, but it was Halloween. This was the fairest of them all palette. I'm not sure if I did use it. It's okay. It's old. I'm going to give it to someone. This one is, I will never declutter. This should be in a museum somewhere. This is the Soft and Sultry palette. I am telling you, this thing is so freaking beautiful, and they don't make it anymore. They don't make this formula anymore. I do not like Milani's new formula. Some people do. I don't. I think their original formula, I don't know if this was their original formula. This was the formula they had when I started getting into makeup. And it is perfection. You can't get it anymore. Now they have a whole new formula with those like gilded palettes, and I don't feel they're very good. I just don't. Okay, next up, Nabla. Nabla is one of my favorite brands. It really is. But I am going to be getting, I have 3 palettes, and I have this palette. I actually made this palette. These are all Nabla singles. This I think is a Kylie. I'm going to be getting rid of that. And these 2 are blushes from Sydney Grace. I don't know what possessed me to purchase either one of them, because I don't think either one of them would be flattering to my skin tone. But the rest are all eyeshadows from Nabla, and they are so, so beautiful. If you have never used Nabla singles, they're very, very, what's it called? What's the word? They're gorgeous. That's not the word I was looking for. They are like really, really smooth. Really, some of them are like duochromes. I'm going to swatch this palette out. Maybe I'll do a video and I'll show you like the swatches. But I'm not going to count this because these are single shadows. So I am keeping that. Okay, so that leaves me with 3 palettes by Nabla. And I'm going to get rid of 2. I'm going to get rid of 2. I'm going to get rid of the Dreamy 2. I don't gravitate towards this palette. I think I swatched it. I don't believe I ever used it. If I did use it, it's very, very lightly used. Color Story is fine, but it's nothing that I just never use it. I just never use it. Packaging is really, really pretty. And then this is the one I am keeping. I love this palette. This is one of my favorite palettes. This is the Nabla Secret palette. I just love this palette. I don't even know why. Like, I just love it. I think it's so, so gorgeous. I love all these shades. This shade Play Hard. Oh my God. It's so beautiful. I love this palette. this palette is staying. And then finally we have the side-by-side palette. I don't know. This is another one. I couldn't wait to get this one. I could not wait to get this palette. I'm telling you. I couldn't wait. And I don't think I ever used it. This is the problem with having so much makeup. But this palette is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful if you like a neutral palette. I think it's gorgeous. So I think somebody would really, really enjoy this. And Nabla, if you've never used it, they have a beautiful formula. I mean, this shade Love Ritual, this looks so, so nice. And I'm very tempted to keep it, but I just have too much makeup. So I will be decluttering 2 and keeping 1. How could I forget about Natasha Denona? I don't know, but somehow I did. I forgot about Natasha Denona. I have 4 Natasha Denona palettes, and they are all going, every single one of them. I have 3 minis, and I have 1 full-size palette. Trying to focus. Okay. So I actually really like these minis. I think these are a great idea. They charge $25 for these, and they're beautiful. The formula is really, really gorgeous. Looks like I got my nail stuck in this one. How the hell do I keep doing that? I don't know. Formula is gorgeous, and for $25, you do get like a good palette. Now, there are some mini palettes that I believe are in the BoxyCharms, but they're not these. They're like their own. What these are like companion palettes to the bigger palettes. They're not the same shades. So what I mean is this one is the mini glam. So this is like, I'll show you, because I actually have the large glam. This is like the large glam, and then this is the mini glam. So wait, give me 1 sec. So they're not exactly the same, but they're supposed to be like the same color story. So you can use them as like a companion palette, or you could just buy this palette. This palette is $65. This palette is $25. So I think for $25, this is like all you need. They're really, really, really cute. They really do a good job representing the color story of their bigger part, their other halves. And I think that the formula is very nice. So why am I decluttering them? Because they do not work well with me and my nickel allergy. They've all given me a problem, and so I have to say goodbye. So this is the mini glam. No, I'm sorry. This is the mini retro. This is the mini retro. I heard such amazing things about the large retro. I almost picked it up. The only reason I didn't is because like the small one gives me a bad reaction. But this is a different formula. I think these are different formulas because I have the large glam, and the large glam does not give me a reaction. But I'm still going to put it on Mercari. I don't use it. So this is the mini retro. This is the mini love. Do you see what I mean? Remember I was showing you that Blooms palette yesterday by Alter Ego? The color story is different. Color story is very different. The Natasha Denona color story was significantly better. This is a beautiful formula. I cannot wear it. And this is the mini glam. And then this is the glam palette. I don't really have a reason for decluttering this. I use my Temptress palette. It's basically the same thing. And I'm planning on keeping my Urban Decay Naked palette, Naked 2, Naked Reloaded. I don't know. They're older palettes, and I use them a lot. I just don't reach for this one. And I think a lot of people like this one, so this might be a good one to sell. So I am getting rid of all of my Natasha palettes. Goodbye. I did leave one out of the M's. This is the Marc Jacobs palette. Let's see if I can open it. This is the Marc Jacobs Extravagance. Iconic Extravagance palette. Never used this palette. I might have swatched it. I definitely never used it. I can't say how it is, but the color story is really, really, really nice. Color story is beautiful. If you like that, I will be putting this one also on Mercari. So this is another declutter. And then I have this Pretty Vulgar palette. This color story looks exactly the same as the Urban Decay Naked 3. Like, if you look at them side by side, I'm telling you, it is the exact same thing. I think I used it once. I don't know. Anyway, I am going to declutter. Pat McGrath is up next. I have 3 Pat McGrath palettes. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to tell my Pat McGrath story again. Don't worry. How I got them. And they didn't have special shades. And then I was told I have to get another one for the special shades. And $300 later, I'm still not happy with the Pat McGrath palette. So they're all going. 1, 2, 3. All going on Mercari. Let me show you what they are. This one is, packaging is stunning. I will tell you that. Packaging is beautiful and it's like heavy. It's like got like heft to it. This is the Pat McGrath, what the heck? Divine Rose Luxe Quad Eternal Eden. This was a Valentine's Day release. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I think I used it once. It's pink. It's very pink. It's nothing, none of the special, quote unquote, special shades. It's a nice quad. It is. And the packaging is lovely. I think somebody might really like this and get some good use out of it. So I'm selling that one. Next up is what the heck is this called? Pat McGrath Mothership 1 Subliminal. Let me show it to you. This was the one I did buy for the special shade. This one does have a special shade in it somewhere, but I don't know. I'm just not crazy about it. I know it's crazy. Everybody loves Pat McGrath. This is what it looks like. I think these two are the special shades. Just by looking at it, I would assume that those are the special shades, but again, I don't know. I really don't know. This palette, it's okay. It's not, to me, it's just not worth the money, and I don't use it, so I'm gonna sell it. Like I have like the box and everything, so I'm just going to sell it. I have used it like maybe once or twice, but for the most part I have it. The one I have used a little more is this one. This one I did use over the Christmas season. Over the holiday season, I did use this one. I did do a video on this one, and I did do some Instagram looks. So this one is a little used. This one's a little used. This is the holiday collection from this year. It's 4 mattes, and the rest is shimmers. To me, it was a little difficult to work with because it's like all shimmers and not a lot of mattes. And the mattes that are here, I thought they didn't all like go with the shimmers, if that makes sense. So to me, this palette was just a little difficult to use. But with that said, a lot of people, I think, enjoy this palette. Formula is very, very nice. And she does this every year. She makes like a holiday palette. So if you want to try the formula, but you don't want to spend the money, because Pat McGrath is such an expensive brand, yeah, then you can like try the holiday release. Because I think this was like 70. This one was like 70 or 78, but her palette's like this one was like 129. So this was like half the price. So she does that around the holidays. She does make a holiday release, and I think I paid 60 for this one. It definitely wasn't worth it. So I'm getting rid of all of these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more decluttered. Okay guys, I have one R palette, and that is Rare Beauty. I have never used this. This is Selena Gomez's brands. I don't know what this is, and I don't know why I can't open anything tonight. This is Magnetic Spirit. There we go. Okay, that's what it looks like. Never used it. Goodbye. Going on Mercari. It's nice. It's a nice palette. I don't know how it performs. I never used it. I probably won't. Next up, we have Sydney Grace. I have 3 palettes. I am keeping one. And which one is it? Okay, so this was the Temptalia release. Hold on. Move something out of the way. Okay, this was the Temptalia release. There were 3 of these. And to be honest with you, they all look very, very similar. This is On the Horizon. I think this is the one I used. I only used one. Yes, this is the one I used. So this is the one I am going to keep. It's very, very, very pretty. They're all very pretty. They all have a very similar look. I don't know if I would have, so I'm keeping that one. I don't know if we really needed 3 that look like this. Like, I'll show you. This is Radiant Reflection. By the way, guys, Sydney Grace does palettes in light and dark. All of these are the light ones. So this is, yeah. Because I have the thing on it. This is the one. The one that I didn't use, I have the ones I didn't use, I still have the thing on. So this is Radiant Reflection in light. They're all in light. They make them in dark. That's what I'm saying. They have a light version and a dark version, but this is the light version, and it's beautiful. You see, like, the end, it's kind of like pink. Like, they all have like a little bit different, but they were all very similar. I can't explain it. And the blue is really pretty too. So this was On the Horizon. Radiant Reflection. Okay. So I am going to be putting that one on Mercari. I can get it back in the box. And then this one is also, this was Quintessence. And this one I'm also going to be selling. And there it is. Quintessence. I don't have the paper for it. I thought I did. I know the only one I used was On the Horizon. This one might be swatched. It doesn't even look swatched. This one is really, really pretty too. But I'm not, like this bottom shade, this looks beautiful. This looks a little bit like that Venom palette, just this bottom, these bottom couple. But yeah, I'm not keeping it. I'm going to put them both on Mercari. And then Autumn's Rain. This one is really pretty, but it's too old for me to do anything with it, really. They did do away with it. I think, I'm trying to think if this one did give me a nickel reaction. Looking at it, it's bringing back some memories. This shade right here, this Wondrous Night, I feel like this might have set off my nickel reaction. I'm just going to give this one away. I would love to sell it, but I can't because it's too old. And it's used. It's like really used. So I can't, but I am going to declutter it. So Sydney Grace, I have 4. I am keeping 1. Decluttering 3. I'm decluttering my Rare Beauty. And then Storybook Cosmetics. I am keeping these guys, but I don't actually use these. I display them. I do display these. And that's why I bought them. I bought them to display them. Whenever you see people getting rid of these eyeshadows, it's usually because of the packaging. The packaging is so bulky. The mirror is, I don't want to like blind you, but isn't it pretty? Like that floral. And then it has like a saying, like it says, mirror, mirror, here I stand, who is the fairest in the land. They're all like from storybooks. Obviously, this is the red, no, this is the Red Riding Hood. This one is Robin Hood, so it's like the green. And what's really funny, people never use these. I think a lot of people don't use these because they never keep them like with their eyeshadows. They're always like displayed somewhere. But if you do use them, the formula is outstanding. Formula on these is very, very good. This is Little Red Riding Hood. But because I don't keep them with my palettes, I really don't use them that much. But I have used them. And the formula is very, very nice. I'll show you. And then Little Briar Rose, which of course is the original name of Sleeping Beauty, if you were curious. This one's bigger. So they're really, really, really pretty. And what I do is I just display them just like that on my shelf. So they look like books. But of course, they are not books. But they're really nice. I am keeping these. So I'm keeping 3. Because like I said, they're like decorations. Oh, and I'm keeping 4 because I'm keeping 1 Sydney Grace. So that puts me at decluttering 4 and keeping 4. So I'm at 77 and 48, so that's pretty good. I wanted to get rid of 100 palettes because that will leave me with getting rid of over half of my collection. And I think I'm going to make it. Okay, next up is my Sigma. This is going to be fairly quick because I'm not getting, I love Sigma. And how many times have I said I just can't part with them? The only one I'm getting rid of is the Cinderella palette. I'll tell you that right now. I was disappointed in it. I'm never going to use it. I don't want it. And I'm getting rid of it. But here it is, Cinderella. I set my alarm when this thing launched. I was so freaking excited. I couldn't wait to get it. It is aesthetically beautiful, but it doesn't perform that well. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people said it did. I didn't use it that much. I only used it when I did that video, and I would consider putting it on Mercari if somebody wants it. But I can't sell the brush. The brush is used. And like 50% of this palette, I think, was buying it and having the embedding in the shimmers. Like, there was the prince, there was a shoe. I mean, with that said, the second you used it, I used it once and they're gone. So you really can't buy it for that. Like I said, there's some of the prince and there's some of Cinderella left over here. I did swatch this palette and I did use it when I shot that video, and that's the last time I used it. So what I might do with this, I'll tell you right now, the mattes aren't that good. The shimmers are beautiful. I don't feel like they go together. I just wasn't happy with this palette. Packaging is nice. See, if you're a collector and you want to collect a Disney palette, you're probably going to want a new one because you're going to want with the embedding. But if you just want it, what I'll do is, you know what I might do? I might put it on I might put it on Sigma. I might put it on Mercari and take all those facts into consideration and give it a really good price and see if somebody wants it. And then if nobody wants it, I'll just, I don't know, I'll do something with it. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, the rest of them are going to be easy because I'm keeping them all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not parting with my Sigma palettes. I just absolutely love them. This is the Enchanted. They are so gorgeous. This one's like fairy tale. Some light colors. Some. It's just like pastel-y, fairy tale. I don't know. I just love them. Ambiance. This was my favorite palette this year. I am not parting with this one. It's just like this bronzy, beautiful palette. Untamed. I like this one too. I love to break this one out during the fall. It's so pretty. And Coral de Rose. They all come with these amazing brushes. Sigma brushes are so good. And the brushes that they come with are amazing. I love this palette. And then I have my 3 9 pans. I have Ritzy. And that's such, I love these. I like to travel with these because they're just like all you need. I have Rosie. That was the palette that Samantha March put in her bundle. And I have Ivy. This is actually my favorite one. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry. Yes, I am keeping them. Okay, we're up to Tarte. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 palettes. I am keeping 1. Okay, here we go. First one is the Tarte Clay Play. I think that's what this is called. The Clay Play Volume 2. This is a very me palette. It's very neutral. It's got the blushes down below. There's a blush, a bronzer, a highlighter. It's a nice traveling palette. Not that I do that much traveling. But yeah, I am keeping this one. I like this one. The rest I'm getting rid of. I remember watching Laura May. She had this palette. And she was like, where the hell did this palette come from? This palette, it is. It's like one of those palettes that you don't remember like how the hell you got it, but it's just like shows up in your collection. Do you guys have palettes like that? I have no idea. It's still available though. I checked. You can actually still buy this. I never ever used this palette. And I know it's very old, so I'm just going to probably give it to someone if it still performs. If it still performs, I'll give it to someone. And if it doesn't, I will toss it. I think this thing is old. I remember... No, that was something else. I don't remember where the hell this palette came from. It's for the fall. I mean, it's cute. All the shadows are named after the fall, like corn maze, apple picking. I am never going to use this. And like the packaging is cute too. But yeah, no, that's going. This 3 palettes I bought last year. They were in a gift set. It was $50 for 3. And they're like the small, like this is the small little bloom. So this is the like mini in bloom palette. Ooh. Okay, I might take that back. I think I will declutter it, but I won't sell it because it doesn't look sellable. I think I used it a little too much. So I'm just going to declutter this one. And that means I'm going to just give these 2 away because they all came together. Like I purchased them together, so I probably wouldn't just like sell them on their own. So this is the little toasted. This is really, really cute. It really, really is. If I thought I was going to make my goal, I might keep this one. And then this is little juicy. This one I'm definitely going to get rid of. If I was going to get one, I would get the newer one. I think that one appeals to me more. This one is kind of like too berry for me. So I'm going to give these 2 away. I'm going to declutter Little Bloom. That one looks like it's seen better days. And then I have the Tarte Pro Remix. This is a palette and a half. Look at the inside of this thing. It's cute, right? I've never used it. It's been in my collection. I've never used it. I don't think I've ever touched it. I might have swatched it. Tarte is still clearly visible in all of the shades. I'm going to sell it. I don't think, if I did anything with this, I swatched it if I did that. So this one is going to go for sale. Okay, 83 palettes, guys. I'm at 83 palettes. If I can declutter 100, I'll be happy with that. Because that is over half of my, that's like 3/4 of my collection. That's like 3/4 of my collection. Okay, guys, here comes Too Faced. Here it comes. Too Faced is coming. Oh, God. Okay, so what am I definitely going to declutter out of Too Faced? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Too Faced palettes. This one is going. This is the Natural Lust. You can't get this one anymore. This was a beautiful, beautiful palette when I first got it. It's old. Isn't it gorgeous? It doesn't work anymore. It really doesn't perform anymore. Half of these shades have gone hard pan. And it's not really that much older. I think this might have been like the second palette I bought, with that Jeffree Star being the first. And it's not really that much older, but I think it may have just been older in general. Like I might have bought it and it was older, because half of these shades have gone hard pan. They do not perform that well. But this palette was beautiful. I wish Too Faced would do this again with like this kind of cardboard packaging. Anyway, this one's gone. Okay, what's next? The chocolate bar. The chocolate bar palette. This one is also old. Oh my God. I never use this. I don't even know how this one performs anymore. This was one of the, I think this is one of Too Faced's pretty early palettes. I don't really know. But I did purchase this pretty right after I got into makeup. It used to smell really good. It's kind of lost its smell. This palette's old. I think I'm just going to toss this one. Okay. I'm at 85. The Teddy Bear palette. This palette's so cute. I didn't realize how many people love this palette until I saw everybody do their like collections and declutters this year. This palette is very popular. A lot of people really enjoy it, and it's cute. It is cute. Mine is clearly not used, so I am going to sell it. It's smaller. Let me show you one that you're like familiar with, like the chocolate bar. See, it's significantly smaller, so just be aware of that. But the actual packaging is so cute with little teddy bear on it. I couldn't wait to get this palette, and then I never used it. It's just what happens when you have all this freaking makeup. Yeah, so like I don't know. I might have swatched one shade. Like I'm looking at it, I feel like I might have swatched this one, and that's it. So this palette is gone. This is like a pig. It's actually the teddy bear. So yeah, I'll be putting this palette on Mercari. This palette's like new. The Natural, that's 86. That's 86. Okay, the Natural Born Nudes. No, Born This Way, the Natural Nudes. This was a palette that came out and I believe was based on their foundation, which I cannot wear. It is not made for those of us with dry skin. This one is very gently used. I think I used it once or twice. This one is gone. On Mercari you go. 87, guys. I'm getting closer. Okay, now it gets a little bit difficult. I'm keeping these two. I can get rid of the pumpkin one. You're probably shocked at that one because I spoke so highly about this. And I did think this was a great palette, but this would be its second year. It was a holiday release, and I don't reach for it anymore. And I know someone who kind of wants it, so I will just give it to them. But it was really pretty. I would like to see this one come out. I would like to see them do something next year like this, more similar to this and the cinnamon one they did. Although a lot of people really liked that palette. I liked this one better. But like I said, I've used it. I'm probably not going to reach for it too much anymore. And I know somebody that really wants it, so I will give it to them. I couldn't sell it. It's a little old. 88. Oh, God. I want to get to 100 so bad. I might still be able to do it. Urban Decay. We didn't do Urban Decay yet. The last two I have are these. I'm not getting rid of these. I just have an emotional attachment to these. If I was going to get rid of one, I would get rid of the matte one. But the problem is there's no shimmers in the mattes, and there's no mattes in the shimmers. So this is the all matte one. I can't get rid of it. I love this I love these palettes. I don't care. This is like old school Too Faced. This one I could never get rid of. This one is really old. The other one is not as old. But they kind of go together because actually... No. Does this one... This one does have two mattes. Was this one always matte? Oh yeah, it does. Okay, that's easy then. Because this one is new. I mean, it's not new, but it's fairly new. The Ultra Matte is significantly newer than the Natural Eyes, and I've never used it. I've never used this, so goodbye. I'm keeping this one. I am keeping this one. This is the Natural Eyes, so we'll keep that. Okay, so that puts me at 57, right? keeping and decluttering 89. I think I've lost count of what I'm keeping, but I definitely have it of what I am decluttering. I think this puts me at 59 with these two palettes. So I'm probably going to go a little bit over, but not too bad. This is the Sweet Peach. This is the Sweet Peach palette. I am not getting rid of this. I think it's so, so cute. This was another very early palette. So I'm like, but do I use it? Ugh, it still smells like peaches. I have to keep it. I don't use it, but I feel like I might use it now that I don't have as many in my collection. And if I don't, then I'll get rid of it with the next declutter. But yeah, I'm going to keep the Sweet Peach, and I am going to definitely keep my Chocolate Gold. I love this palette. This is so pretty. I was comparing this to the Pat McGrath. I'm sure a lot of people didn't agree with me, but all I meant was that this palette is also all shimmers with a couple of mattes. But I like the idea of the mattes that they chose here better, because the mattes that they chose for the Pat McGrath palette, I mean, they were fine, like one pink and one neutral, but I don't think there should have been two pinks. Like, I would have done like more neutral. I don't know. But this is also an all shimmer palette. This one is way too old for me to do anything with but keep it or toss it, so I'm just going to keep it. So there we have it. And I'm almost done. Let's go to Urban Decay. Okay, guys, before we do Urban Decay, I have 3 random palettes. 2 of them are going. One of them is staying. Oh my goodness. Okay, Sugar Crystals. This is by Violet Voss. I am decluttering this one. I don't think I ever used it. Did I use it? If I used it, I used it once. Very, very, I don't even know how the formula is, to be honest with you. All I know is I remember watching Laura May, is it Laura May? Laura May? I think it's Laura May. Try this palette, and she was showing us how, like, if you go up, it's like little, they go together. And I never noticed that before, but you see, like, there's like 3 yellows, 3 pinks, 3 oranges. So that's kind of cute. I'm not in love with Violet Voss's formula, to be honest with you. But does that make 89? Guys, I'm going to have to count these at the ends because I've lost count. But that one is going. Okay. Visi Art. This is my only Visi Art palette. This is the Paris Love Letter. I bought this one because Lipstick Gal loved it, and she was like she was talking it up, and then I saw Morgan Turner's countdown or ranking, and she didn't like it. So I don't know. I have to try it for myself and see. I think it's beautiful. This is the only Visi Art palette I own. I do want to try this one, so I am keeping it. And then I have a Stila palette. What the hell ever happened to Stila? I want to do a video like series of whatever happened to, with like a bunch of different makeup brands, and Stila would definitely be on that. I'm decluttering this one. I don't know if anybody wants this palette. I'll put it on Mercari. I'll see if there's any takers, and if not, I will just give it to someone because I don't think I ever used it. It doesn't look used. I think I might have swatched this one. I might have, but it doesn't really look used. It's like the same color story as the Milani palette that I'm keeping, so I'm going to get rid of this one. Stila is usually very good quality. I can't say I have anything that I really dislike from Stila. Okay, Urban Decay. Save me, Urban Decay. I have to declutter 10 palettes. I'm not going to make it, I don't think. This is my last pile. And then I'm going to count them up because I feel like I have lost control of the situation here. I don't know how many I have, how many I don't have. Maybe I can declutter to get to 100. Maybe I will. If I do, I will let you know in the outro. I can definitely get rid of this one. This is the Urban Decay. What was this thing called? I don't know. There was like a big one. This is a small one. It's okay. It's not very good. I heard the big one was better. I don't even know what made me buy this one, but I think I did use it. I don't know. It looks used. It looks a little lived in. It's gone. That's okay. So that's gone. Urban Decay Naked Honey. This is lovely. I have used this one, but I can get rid of it because I have these shades, I think in my Ambiance palette. I think they're similar. Let's compare that. I mean, I'm probably going to get rid of it regardless, but I'm just curious now. Are they similar? I remember when this palette came out, so many people loved it. They're not exactly similar. because there is that yellow shade, but I kept the limoncello. So if I ever need it, I don't think I'll ever need too many yellow shades. So this palette is not really used, but I did use the brush. I could put it on Mercari, but without the brush. It's still very good. So I can let it go. Oh, I never thought I would do this. I never thought I'd let my Naked Honey go. But yeah, I don't need it. This one I'm definitely getting rid of because this is the ultraviolet. The packaging is beautiful. A lot of people didn't like this. Honestly, I never tried it. I bought it and never used it. It still has the plastic on the brush, so I will definitely get rid of it. Now that I have that ABH Norvina palette, if I ever need a purple, I'll just reach into that. So I can easily get rid of this one. This one I am keeping. This is the Naked 3. I'm keeping it. I want to keep it. It's so old. This was another one of my first palettes, and it is truly old. I couldn't do anything with it except keep it or toss it, so I'm going to keep it. Naked Reloaded. Oh, God. Did I ever use this? I did use it. Okay, I used it. I'm keeping it. I love the packaging. This was one of my favorite. Well, you know what? It looks so much like the Sultry palette, and I do the Alter Ego. Will I actually reach into both? No. I love the packaging of this. So this is the only one that had this packaging. It's like the pillow packaging. I'm keeping it. Whatever. I don't care. Naked Heat. I'm getting to that point. Naked Heat we can let go. I used this one when I was doing my Scarecrow video, and it wasn't what I remembered. I can't sell it. Well, actually, I probably could sell it. I just can't sell the brushes because the brushes are used. But what I might be able to do is put the Naked Heat in with the Naked Honey. Maybe I'll sell this as like a bundle, but it won't have the brushes. Can I do that? This one is perfect. This one's never even used. So this one can just go as is. Anyway, I'll figure something out. So we are decluttering 1, 2, 3, 4. Keeping 2. That puts me at 94, but I might be over that because I definitely lost count. So let me count everything up. Let me count everything up and get a final number of how many palettes I kept and how many palettes I decluttered. Guys, I do not know what the hell is going on. I counted these twice, and both times I got that I decluttered 99 and kept 63, but that makes no sense because that's 162 palettes. And I swear I had 159 unless I miscounted originally, which is definitely possible. So if that's the case, then I started with a few more than I thought, but I don't know. And I swear I cannot count them again. There's palettes everywhere. I have like 4 boxes overflowing. So I'm going to leave it for now. When I edit this video, I will give you a tally because when I edit it, I'll be able to that's how I did it yesterday. I was able to count along and see how many I had exactly. It's very possible that I counted wrong to begin with. But for now, I need a break. I think I need something. I just need a break from palettes. I'm going to get something to eat. I'm going to relax a little bit, and then I'll come back to this and I'll edit this video. And when I edit the video, I'm sure I will see how many I have and how many I am getting rid of. And like I said, if it's close, then I will just declutter 1 or 2 more because I want to get to 100. I want to declutter 100, and then that'll be over half my collection. So that's good. And I even feel like I could have gotten rid of more, but I don't know, guys. It's a little bit harder than it looks because you think you can get rid of them, but then, if you love eyeshadow as much as I do and as much as maybe you do, it's kind of difficult because you get attached to this makeup. It sounds crazy, but it's true. If you know what I'm talking about, comment down below. Comment down below no matter what, guys. It is the new year. And once again, I want to thank you so much for joining me, not just today. I almost fell off the chair. You know why? Because I can't back my chair up because my chair is blocked with palettes. There's a box of palettes right behind. There's palettes everywhere. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me, not just tonight, but for the whole year since the summer, since I've had this channel. For those of you who have watched me, who have reached out to me, those of you who I've been able to connect with through this platform, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching me. If you are interested in these palettes, I would start looking next week. I've never used Mercari before, so just give me a little bit of time. I don't think it's hard. I would imagine it's not that hard, but like anything else, if you've never done it before, sometimes it's a little confusing, so just give me a little bit of time. As soon as you see one go up, I'll do a video. and I'll let you guys know like that they're starting to go up. But as soon as you see one go up, you should see them all like kind of follow through, because as soon as I'm able to do it once, I'll be able to post more. So if there was one that you had your eye on, they'll be showing up on Mercari probably by the end of next week. And that's it, guys. I wish you such a happy new year. I wish you all the happiness in the world for 2022. I sincerely do. Thank you again so much for watching. A special shout out to my sister. Congratulations on your new job. I know it will go well. I am wishing us all the best for 2022. Once again, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, I hope you will comment. I hope you will like. I hope you will subscribe. I didn't make it. I made it to 45 subscribers, which was 5 short than where I wanted to be, but it's still amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Have a very, very happy new year. The holiday season is officially over, and now we move on into 2022. So let's make it a good one. Take good care of yourselves so you can take care of someone else. And I'll see you guys real soon, and I will post I will post my final count if I can actually manage to count these palettes accurately. I don't know if that will happen. But anyway, guys, happy new year. See you soon. Bye-bye.